Good day, sir. Good day, everyone. So my name is Carol Dave Impas from BAMM2C, and we were assigned to talk about market integration, and I was assigned to discuss the first two chapter of our lesson. And now I'm going to begin with the definition of market integration. According to the Cambridge Business English Dictionary, market integration is a situation in which separate markets for the same product become one single market. For example, when an import tax in one of the market is removed. Integration is taken to denote a state of affairs of a process involving attempts to combine separate national economics into larger economic regions. So now the second one is free trade definition. So free trade wherein international trade, the importation and exportation resides, left to its natural course without tariffs and non-tariff trade barriers such as quotas, embargoes, sanctions, or other restrictions. In tariff, meaning taxes or duties to be paid on a particular class of imports or exports. Second one, embargo, a government instituted preventions of exports to a certain free trade area, the AFTA. That is, and that has the original members were Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, our country, Singapore, and Thailand. 4 countries have subsequently joined recently: Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, and Cambodia. The AFTA was signed in January 1992 in Singapore, 2 years before, and the US has
So our topic for today is all about brief history of global market integration in the 20th century. So first, how did market integration start? The integration of the global market started when big American corporations began to emerge after the Second World War with the rise of new conglomerates. Nagsimula ang market integration after ng World War II, na kung saan ang mga malalaking American corporations ay nagsimula ng magsilabasan. After ng war, nangangailangan ang mga bansa ng panibagong financial system. Dito na naitayo ang IMF o International Monetary Fund na nagle-lend ng money through other countries, and the World Bank that helped to provide long-term capital for the reconstruction and development of member countries. International trade and exchange of goods and services were already practiced in this century. Dito na nangyari ang pagpapalitan ng mga produkto at serbisyo ng iba't ibang bansa. Countries were able to extend their reach beyond borders and patterns of trade and technology because of developments in shipping and navigations. Lumawak ang naging kalakalan sa iba't ibang bansa dahil sa mga developments in terms of shipping and navigation. Lastly, colonialism and imperialism rose as the new ways of putting order to the economic interrelationships among countries. Dito na lumaganap ang kolonyalismo at imperialismo dahil sa mga bagong kalakaran ayon sa pagkakasang-ayon ng mga iba't ibang bansa.
My name is Daniel G. Corpus from BAM2C from the Group 2 Stripling Warriors, and here is my report. National Finance Corporation or IFC, na established noong July 20, 1956, is a financial institution that offers investment, advisory, and asset management services to encourage private sectors development in less developed countries. Ang IFC ay kabilang sa samahan ng International Financial Institution at nakapokus siya sa pagde-develop ng mga bansa upang maibsan ang kahirapan. Main responsibilities are to provide risk capital in the form of equity and long-term loans for productive private enterprise in association. Nagbibigay siya ng pangmatagalang pautang para sa productive na enterprise. To encourage the development of local capital markets by carrying out standby and underwriting arrangement. Para hikayatin ang mga local capital markets na magsasagawa ng contract or underwriting arrangement. To stimulate the international flow of capital by providing financial and technical assistance to private control finance companies. Nagbibigay ng tulong pinansyal sa mga private control finance companies. What does World Bank do? To reduce poverty by lending money to the government of its poorer members. Upang mabawasan ang poverty o kahirapan sa pamamagitan ng panghihiram ng pera sa gobyerno. To improve their economies and to improve the standard of living of their people. Upang mapabuti ang economy at ma-improve ang kanilang pamumuhay. To protect environment. To invest in people particularly through basic health and education. Para mag-invest sa health and education ng tao. They are investing in human resources, infrastructure, and environmental protection which enhance the attractiveness and productivity of private investment. Nakapokus sila sa pag-invest sa human resources, infrastructure, and environmental protection. International Monetary Fund or IMF, na-established noong December 27, 1945. It promotes global economic growth and financial stability, encourages international trade, and also reduces poverty. Nagpo-promote ng paglago ng ekonomiya sa buong mundo at stable ng pinansyal, naghihikayat din ng international trade at binabawasan din ang poverty o kahirapan. Policies and activities guided by its charter known Articles of Agreement or Contract. Ang policies and activities ay may gabay ng Articles of Agreement or Contract. The fund serve as international central bank to help countries during periods of promote international monetary cooperation to facilitate the expansion and balanced growth of international trade. Para mapadali at mapalawak, mabalanse ang paglago ng international trade. To promote exchange stability, para ma-maintain ang pakikipag-ayos ng mga miyembro. To assist in the establishment of multilateral system of payments, upang makatulong sa mga establishment ng isang multilateral system ng pagbabayad. To give confidence to members by making the general resources of the fund temporarily available to them, upang makatulong sa mga miyembro at
Everyone, my name is Alcime Francisco from Group 2 from Stripling Warriors from BAMM2C, and here is my report. The role of international financial institution in the creation of global economy. First, international financial institution. Ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin nito? To finance productive development projects or to promote economic development. Ang ibig sabihin nito, ito daw yung isang institusyong pangpinansyal na itinatag ng higit sa isang bansa at sa makatuwid ay napapailalim sa international na batas. Sumunod, A. World Bank. It provides much of the planning and financing for economic development projects involving billions of dollars. Ibig sabihin nun, ito daw yung isang institusyong pang-pinansyal na nagbibigay ng mga pautang at pagkakaloob sa mga pamahalaan ng mga mahihirap na bansa para sa hangarin na ituloy ang mga proyekto ng kapital. Ang World Bank daw ay na-establish noong end of World War II. Noong
Good afternoon to everyone. I am Camilus Cruz from Group 2 Stripling Warriors, and I am here to tackle about global corporation. Global corporation. What is corporation? A corporation is an artificial being created by operation of law, having the right of succession and the powers, attributes, and properties expressly authorized by law or incident to its existence. A corporation is an organization that usually a group of people or a company authorized by the state to act as a single entity such as a legal entity, a legal person in a legal context, and recognized as such in law for certain purposes. The birth of corporation. Roman Catholic Church. Roman Catholic Church is the religion of Roman Empire during the 4th century AD. It sought monopoly of spiritual power against both paganism and other religious faiths in those territories that came under its influence. Second, Muscovy Company, also called Russia Company. Body of English merchants trading with Russia. The company was founded in 1555 by the navigator and explorer Sebastian Cabot and various London merchants, and was granted a monopoly of Anglo-Russian trade. It was the first English joint stock company in which the capital remained regularly in use instead of being rapid after every voyage. Third, the British East India. The British East India Company, founded in 1600, are often called the first multinational corporation, headquartered in England and Netherlands, respectively. These firms were set up to trade goods such as cotton and spices over a large portion of South and Southeast Asia, then called the East Indies. Fourth, Dutch West Indies Companies. Dutch West Indies Company, by name of West India Company, a Dutch trading company founded in 1621, mainly to carry on economic warfare against Spain and Portugal by striking at their colonies in the West Indies and South America and on the west coast of Africa. The Dutch West India Company was much less successful than the Dutch East India Company, its counterpart in Southeast Asia. The Civil War. The Civil War in the United States began in 1861 after decades of simmering tensions between northern and southern states over slavery, states, and westward expansion, growing abolitionist sentiments in the North after the 1830s, and northern opposition to slavery's extension into a new western territories led many Southerners to fear that the existence of slavery in America, and thus the backbone of their economy, was in danger. 6. World War II, 1934 to 1935. During the war, a number of major multinational corporations engaged in the production of strategic materials such as oil and synthetic rubber were accused in congressional
Erica Jade S. De La Cruz from Group 2 of Stripling Warriors, BAWM2C. Activities of multinational corporations is usually a large corporation incorporated in one country which produces or sells goods or services in various countries. Letter G is tactics of multinational corporations. First, we have foreign direct investment. It occurs when a firm based in one country builds a new plant or factory or purchases existing one in a second country. A national corporation thus becomes an MNC by making a foreign direct investment. Second one, letter H, contributions of multinational corporations. This is the possible benefits of the multinational investment. A country may include improving the balance of payments. This will usually help a country balance of payment situation. The second one is providing employment. It usually results in employment benefits for the host country as the most employees will be locally recruited. The third one is source of tax revenue. Profits of multinationals will be subject to local taxes in most cases, which will provide a valuable source of revenue for the domestic government. Next is technology transfer. Multinationals would bring with them technology and production methods that are probably new to the host country and Latin, therefore, we learn from these techniques. What? Letter I, issues of multinational corporation. First, we have environmental impact. Multinationals will want to produce in ways that are as efficient and as cheap as possible, and this may not always be the best environmental practice. Second is uncertain. Multinational firms are increasingly footloose. This means that they can move and change at very short notice and often will. This creates uncertainty for the host country. Third one is increased competition. The impact of the local industries can be served because the presence of newly arrived multinationals increases. The multinationals should be able to produce a lower cost. Next is influence and political pressure. Investment can be important to a country, and this will be often to the government and other organizations in the host country. Next is transfer pricing. Multinationals will always aim to reduce their tax liability to a minimum. Low-skilled employment. The jobs created in the local environment may be low-skilled, with the multinational employing expatriate workers for the more senior and skilled roles. Next is health and safety. Been accused of cutting corners on health and safety in countries where regulation and laws are rigorous. Export of profits. Large multinationals are likely to repatriate profits back to their home country. Letter J. Corporations in the Philippines. Universal Canning Incorporated. This is one of the largest and most dynamic marine industrial. Next is corporations in the Philippines. Letter A, Universal Canning Incorporated. This is one of the largest and most dynamic marine industrial conglomerates in the Philippines. Next is Family Brand Master Sardines, Atami Brand. Ngayon, yung mga Zamboanga, Universal Fishing Corporation, and isa yan sa mga lalaki. Next, Universal Robina Corporation. Engage in a wide range of food-related businesses, including the manufacture and distribution of branded consumer foods. And built 3 strong regional brands over the years: Jack and Jill for snack food, C2 for ready-to-drink tea, and Great Taste for coffee. Ayan, ayan yung nila. Letter C, Jollibee. This is the largest food chain in the Philippines, operating a nationwide network of over 750 stores all over the world. Jollibee Foods Corporation, or JFC Company. This is a core business is development, operation, and franchising of its quick service restaurant brands. Trivia. This is the 2017 World Economic Forum World's 10 biggest corporation. Apple, Alphabet, Microsoft, Berkshire Hathaway, ExxonMobil, Amazon, Facebook, Johnson & Johnson, General Electric, China Mobile. And then the world's largest public companies are ICBC, Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, China Construction Bank, JP Morgan Chase, Berkshire Hathaway, Agricultural Bank of China, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Apple, Bank of China, Ping An Insurance Corp Group. And yeah, the birth of corporation, boundary issues, expansion plan, taking the right side. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Risa Gutierrez from Group 2 Stripping Warriors, BAMM 2C, and here's my report. Market integration. The world's largest public companies, Forbes Global 2000-2018. So we have 10 largest public companies. We have ICBC, Industrial and Commercial Bank of China. Industrial and Commercial Bank of China Limited is a multinational Chinese banking company. So, ICBC, founded as limited company on January 1, 1984. ICBC is state-owned commercial bank. Next is China Construction Bank. China Construction Bank Corporation is one of the big four bank in the People's Republic of China. So, in 2015, CCBE was the second largest bank in the world by market capitalization and the sixth largest company in the world. Next is JP Morgan Chase. JP Morgan Chase & Co. is American multinational investment bank and financial service holding company headquartered in New York. So, JP Morgan Chase is ranked by S&P Global as the largest bank in the United States and the seventh largest bank in the world. Total asset niya is US dollar 2.687 trillion. Next is Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway is an American multinational conglomerate holding company headquartered in Omaha. So, ang founder po niya is si Oliver Buffett and the owner is si Warren Buffett. Next is Agricultural Bank of China. Agricultural Bank of China, also known as Agbank, is one of big four bank in the People's Republic of China. It has branches throughout mainland China, Hong Kong, London, Tokyo, New York, Frankfurt, Sydney, Seoul, and Singapore. Next is Bank of America. The Bank of America Corporation is an American multinational investment bank and financial services company. So, the CEO of this Bank of America is Brian